So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot. Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Kick it.
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Good morning, good morning, good morning, sunshine. How
Good
are
morning.
you?
How are you
I'm even better now
down
that I
there?
have you in the hot seat and on the tan line. They've got you started early,
Yeah,
huh?
that's all right. That's all right. I'm out to catch the worm, so it's okay. Got to get up with the robins. Tweet, tweet, tweet.
That part. And I'm grateful that you decided to take time out of your schedule because I know that you have been busy. A lot is going on, and I have questions that need answers.
Well, let me help you out with that then.
You're no stranger to the world of entertainment. How did you know that you wanted to turn this into a purpose, a passion, and not just a hobby?
You know what? I think certain people are you're born with that, and I was I don't want to say that I was like a show off or anything like that. I certainly wasn't a kid who was trying to get attention all the time, but I always had about my parents loved films, and so I went to the movies every weekend. They were both cinephiles, and they took me to the theater. Um, and so I had a steady diet of that around me all the time. But I was originally trained to be a fine artist, to be a painter, like my
Really?
father. And then after a year of art school, I had done some theater in high school and stuff, but it was a thing that just kept kind of nagging at me. And after an uneventful year at art school, my father said, "So, you know, you need to kind of figure it out. What do you want to do?" He said, "When you're not thinking about beautiful girls and drinking beer and running around and cutting the fool, what do you think about?" And I said, "I think about acting." And he said, "Then that's what you have to do." And he was right.
Yeah.
So, I packed everything in a duffel bag, army duffel bag, got on a Greyhound bus and went back to New York, and it was unglamorous. It worked a lot of jobs that I didn't want to, but had to survive, and that's where it kind of kicked off. And I've been, I've been blessed. It's a bumpy journey.
Yeah.
Anybody who makes the irresponsible choice of a pursuit of a career in the arts, be it, fine arts, music, literature, acting, whatever. It's a tough road, but it's a tough road because not everybody can do it, and you have to have tenacity and you have to have passion. First and foremost, you do it because you have to.
I love that. And it's levels of transparency like that because people may think that it's an overnight success or it was an easy
Mm.
road or this is something that was a one-time gig, lights, camera, action, and life was just all glitz and glamour. And then they see the level
No.
of success that you've had, but no one talks about those moments when you sat there with the fork in the road and your dad in your face saying, "Now look, now's the time for you to tighten
Yeah.
up or something got to
Yeah.
shake." And
Yeah.
to even know that you were
Exactly.
so multi-talented that you had those options, but they saw something in you and allowed you to nurture that and supported you in that because it's big to have those type of support teams and systems in place. And as you began to take on these different roles and you began to embody these characters, how do you find your level of inspiration to even keep it going?
I think a lot of it is based on the material, but certainly when you're starting out in the beginning as an actor, you'll do a puppet show. You don't care. It's any opportunity to to use the craft and to get out there. So, I did tons of movies or short films, anything that I could get experience. A lot of theater, obviously. Um, but with each experience comes knowledge and failure, right? Because without the failure, you can't achieve the success. And I always say failure presents its own kind of success anyway, because you work harder and you learn something. And so growth is what it's all about.
Facts, all facts. And you know, that road has led you to a very successful journey. The longest running franchise on Prime Video, Bosch Legacy. You say it's the third and final season. I don't know if we truly signed off on saying final. Like, who gave that approval, right? While we're
Yeah.
here for that, how do you feel about that? Knowing that this is something that you have been assisting the world escape through entertainment for so long, and now this is the third and final season. What should we expect?
Well, you know what? I have to say, we did not have the knowledge, prior to that it would be the final season. So we were proceeding as usual with what we do, and we chose the book Desert Star as part of the source material for this season. It's one of my favorite books, but it's a nonstop. It's a roller coaster. I mean, it goes, and it goes, and I think more than anything, coming away from it, there's with anything, right? It's the cliche of all good things come to an end, but the gift and the privilege to work with these amazing writers, Michael Connolly, Tom Bernardo, Eric Overmeyer, to name a few, and the producers, and a incredible cast of actors, and you get tight, right? You get
Right.
really tight. You become like a family, and I miss that. And I like slipping into Harry's moccasins. People are like, wow, it's such a taciturn and intense character, but he was nuanced, he was real. So you know he was a wonderful character to portray, and so I miss Harry. I miss him.
Yeah. All of that is great. And I know that right now on Prime Video, they'll be dropping new episodes every Thursday until April 17th. And I encourage everyone to go back and binge, 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 watch it all over again because why not? It would almost be crazy to say what's next for you because those voices in your head are always keeping you up to something. But how can we keep up with you and all of the great things that you're up to?
Well, I'm out there on fairly active on social media, so I try to keep people updated. I got 4 movies that are coming out this year. So I'm keeping busy, and I'm out there. I'm working with Amazon. I continue to do work with them, and trying to we get in a room and chop it up, try to figure out what the next move is, and I feel very blessed to have been able to do this character, then, and so blessed to have a incredible fan base that have been so supportive for 10 years. That's a long time,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I just got to keep on keeping on, and doing the work, and that's that's the life force. That's the thing that keeps you going.
Absolutely. And I want you to think of this as an extension of your office. We're doing this one virtual, but pull up on me in Louisiana. I got your beignets, your crawfish etouffee, and all the good stuff, okay? So I know you have more
Down.
work to do.
100%. I'm down. Let me, because I love New Orleans,
Come
and
on down.
I, I was supposed to actually be there next weekend, but I got a thing that kept me out because I have
Oh,
one of the films that I did, Abraham's Boys, is premiering at the film festival there, and I was all excited about taking my wife down. She'd never been to NO before,
yeah.
and I was like, "Yeah, I'll take you down to the quarter. We're gonna have some etouffee, gonna have
Yeah.
some jambalaya, gonna eat up a bunch of seafood."
All the good stuff.
And all the good stuff. I love it, and not to mention the music. Forget about it.
I know
I
it.
love it there. It's a
But see, you know
beautiful,
what?
beautiful town.
There's something in the stars that's destined to bring you back this way, and it's going to be a field trip that she will never forget. I promise you that.
There you go. And I'm gonna hit you up when I get there. You know
Be
that.
sure to do that, or else I'll be upset. Ah, did you see that? That was my dramatic pause. Ah.
that that's a print. That's a print, baby.
Thank you. I know you have more work to do, so I'm gonna let you chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way, get after it. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Well, I appreciate you, and you have a blessed day. This has been a privilege and so much fun. I thank you for your time.
Likewise. See you soon.